and we are back with an episode recap for Perfect 10-Liners, episode 17. I am super behind on shows, but I did catch up and get to watch this episode today, so let's talk about it. And before I do, since I missed episode 16, I do want to start just kind of recapping some of the high points of our final episode for the Yotha and Gun story. We had a lot of good happenings, basically seeing Yotha and Gun in their boyfriend era. Yotha may have taken a really long time to get to the place that he needed to with Gun, but when he is a committed man, he goes all out. He does sweet nothings, he's romantic, he does this nice little display of affection with putting a blanket on Gun during one of the ceremonies. This was a kiss episode. They just kissed after kiss on kiss on kiss on kiss. They did not skimp on their cute little kiss moments. So if you haven't watched 16, make sure you go back and watch it. Great episode for the kisses. Yes. One of my favorite scenes was the kiss off between Clow and Warrant and Yotha and Gun's characters, where, you know, these two had to go into a bathroom and show us how it's done. Y'all better get it. Yes. And we wrap up 16 basically with the reappearance of all the Perfect 10-Liner couples. We see our next focus, our next story, Fifa, taking a picture with them, basically establishing that he is lonely, and we gear up into the Fifa wine part of the Perfect 10-Liner show. And we start with episode 17. I'm very excited. I am a fan of Junior and Mark. I've seen them in different series, so I know we are in store for greatness. And we start the episode basically transitioning where we left off from the last part, where we see Wine basically getting ready for his university life, doing his interview and getting prepared to start university. We also get introduced into Wine's friend group. Here we have Jay, which is going to be him, and then we have Ben. So I'm interested to see what this trio is going to bring. We always love the friend groups of new stories. It looks like so far that Jay and Wine have been childhood friends, and Ben is a friend of theirs that they met later in school. I expect crazy antics, and we look forward to y'all's crazy trio friendship mess that is in store for us. You know, because what Perfect 10-Liners are going to do is dote on their significant others. And so we catch up with Yotha and Gun. Basically, in the new semester, they have moved in together and are, you know, basically being relationship goals, making all of the single people feel single AF, and continuing on in their antics as a happy couple. We also get a recap on Arc and Arm, who Arc is talking with Arm about making their relationship a little bit deeper. They talk about marriage, and they make a plan to go to the mentee ceremony together, and we get a cute little moment of them as well. Yotha may be a better boyfriend, but he still has his social issues. So we cut over to the opening ceremony where Wine, as we already know, has been inducted or chosen to be in the Perfect 10-Liners, and Yotha, being Yotha, flubs up the introduction, doesn't do a really good job of explaining what Wine is into, and tanks the introduction in a very Yotha way. And later here we see where Yotha has continued to kind of fumble his mentee-ness, but that also just really reminds me of how Poon was in the original series, because if Perfect 10-Liners are going to do anything, they're going to focus on their significant others more than the members of their crew. Anyway, Wine and Fifa and Yotha here are going through a little bit of a meet cute where Yotha does attempt to take Wine out for food, and Fifa uses the opportunity to interject, maybe tells Yotha a tall tale of Gun being crying due to not having his own mentee, and Fifa takes the opportunity to take Wine to a meal on his own, and Yotha goes to his partner, and we basically have this fun situation of where Fifa becomes a mentee with intentions temporarily. So Fifa for me has been a very pleasant and favorite character, but I do know that he has an issue with people pleasing because of the trauma that has been inflicted by his mom and the divorce. And we see that come into play very early, where Fifa tries to take Wine to a meal He does a lot of rizzing and cute interactions in the beginning where he basically reminds Wine that he was supposed to know that he got into university, and then Wine reminds Fifa that they never exchanged contact information, so he didn't have the ability to let him know. And they have a little bit of a flirty back and forth canter. And Fifa then offers to take Wine back to his dorm before he meets up with the Perfect 10 liners later. And along the way, he takes care of every single person and his mom, and Wine has to get in a car with 7 other people because Fifa's people-pleasing state comes up. This will, I feel, be an issue, but we'll see how the story unfolds. No one wants a boyfriend or girlfriend, or however you identify, to always be looking out for others over, you as their significant other. So hopefully we'll be able to address this in their story to where Fifa can learn that he's okay not having everybody loves him, and as long as one person does, that he's going to be successful and all right. Yeah, but anyway, Fifa's being very clear. I think that he's trying to whiz Wine up, and Wine being a little bit more hesitant, a little bit more reserved, peeps it, but also is a little bit confused about Fifa's intention. And finally, we make it to the Perfect 10 liners meeting where Wine gets a chance to finally be introduced to everybody in the Perfect 10 liners. They do their normal standard, which we've seen with every story, where they allow Wine to ask a member or ask the Perfect 10 liners as a group a question. And we see Fifa being Fifa and interjecting himself into the situation as an opportunity to rizz him up and to basically show his intention again. This scene was really cute. Fifa has kind of already included himself in a lot of the Perfect 10 liners meetings, so I always forget that he's not a member. But hopefully, if everything between him and Wine works out, he will be an honorary member as a boyfriend very, very soon. And also the visuals between them. They eat and we just, yes. Let's go. So far with the character of Wine, in my opinion, I feel like he's very reserved and hard to read, but I did notice a little bit of a darker cloud around him from the earlier instances that we've seen of his appearances before. And Fifa being Fifa definitely, identified that and asked Wine if he is okay. And we find out later in the episode that Wine is coming off of a heartbreak. And Fifa uses his magic powers to basically assess his heart and say that his heart is chipped but not broken, and he will be there to fix it and mend it in his way. I'm really excited for this Fifa Wine journey. I think it's going to be a lot of cute back and forth between two polar opposites, maybe another kind of black cap to happy, sunshine type of pairing. But they both have hurdles that they have to overcome already, with Fifa obviously still having trauma with people pleasing and stuff from his situation with the mom. And I feel like Wine, not only with his heartbrokenness, will have some other larger piece that they'll have to develop and work on. So I'm very, very excited for what is in store with the Fifa Wine journey that we are upon for the rest of the episodes. And that is the end of episode 17. Next week, we get this little spoiler here of, basically Perfect 10 liners being Perfect 10 liners, always like to brag about their significant others. So we see Arm basically trying to sell Wine in his dating life to make sure that he sets his relationship goals, obviously, to be similar to who he is dating. And apparently this bathroom is going to get some more action again, and we are very excited to see that as soon as possible. Yes. All right, and that's episode 17. Okay, bye.